On this episode, we're going to be going over the Week 7 waiver wire.
And some
Week 6.
What is it?
We're going to be going over the Week 6.
No, week 6. Wait, week 6 studs and duds.
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
man, I couldn't remember if I had any studs on my,
When
in
you
general.
touch your ear, you...
Yeah, or my is it on my left or my right? Do I have to worry about it? So, I have studs, and we're gonna be talking about some crazy studs and duds, some players that just did trash, and some players that did surprising.
And the daily news. Tua
Yes.
Tagovailoa. We'll get into that. I hope that wasn't... I kind of said that weird.
That was racist.
I was racist. I did not mean it like that. All right, guys. Let's get into the show.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Brothers. Let's meet your host. From the cold and harsh distant land of Mother Russia, lover of romantic walks from his bed to his couch, Boris Wagner. From the sunshine state of California, lover of barbershops and sleeping in, Richard Wagner. Thank you for joining the Fantasy Football Brothers for another episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Football Brothers. My name is Richard Wagner.
And I am Boris Wagner.
And you're probably wondering why my hair is up in a ponytail right now. Boris actually said I look like a model. Guys, let me know if I do. If there's
Subscribe or like if you think he's a model.
if there's any modeling
Unsubscribe
yeah.
if you don't.
If there's any modeling agencies out there that are listening to this currently right now, I'm open to it. You know, I haven't done anything in my career too.
But he's young.
I'm
He's
young.
ambitious.
Ambitious. You could turn me into a model very quickly. I'll follow orders. I'll pose the way you want me to.
Wow.
just
Naked? You okay with naked?
I'm with it naked. As long as I get multiple zeros in my bank account, we're rocking naked all
Okay,
day.
so he cares about just the money, guys.
No, think
Clearly
about
is
think
what you
about the
just said.
doors that will open for me. The
Heaven's door?
the heavens door, the things I'll be able to see. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to Italy to model. Maybe I'll go to Spain. All these different things. But
Yeah, and we're just so excited and happy that we get to go live at such a unique time.
yeah,
Where everybody's probably sleeping already.
and the waiver wire is probably already processed as you heard this.
Right.
But we've just had a busy day.
We
The
have,
usual.
more excuses than I don't know who has so many excuses as in life.
The
What
most
movie?
excuses.
Maybe there's some movie where a guy has so many excuses. I don't know, but we
Adam
fit in
Gase.
with Adam Gase. Okay.
More
Yeah, we
excuses than Dan
we
Quinn, Adam
hurt that
Gase.
person. We killed him because we didn't really choose.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, but really quick, my hair's up in a knot because I put coconut oil in my head. I have a bad case of dry skin up there. For you ladies watching, just don't listen to what I'm saying. Because maybe I have a chance. I don't want to. Whatever. Bottom line is, I put coconut oil in my hair, so I put it up in a ponytail. But we are going late. We are going live late right now because we do run other businesses and we had to do some work on that end. But it's going to be an exciting show. We got the waiver wire. We got the Week 6 review. We're going to be talking about the best and the worst players. Oh, what happened?
That's a fact.
That is a fact. And the daily news. So how you feeling, Boris? What happened? Did you win your leagues? Did you lose your leagues?
I love it. I know I am not as blessed as you with all of your leagues, winning every single league, right, Richard?
Listen, guys.
Even against me,
Oh my
we
God,
were
that was
very
crazy.
close. Amari Cooper,
I was winning. He needed 40 points. He had Amari Cooper. He needed Kyler Murray, and he needed Hopkins. And I had Kenyon
I
Drake.
had the higher percentage, right, of winning.
you did.
Before the game.
But it was by 5 points. But I mean, just 5 points. But what I'm saying is, it pretty much looked like I won. At the end, they had a last drive there. It looked like Zeke was gonna get it. He didn't get it. They threw it to Amari Cooper. He got the touchdown. He was up, and I was like, wow. Just depressed. Because
Depressed because he won 5 out of 6 leagues.
Right, I was like, damn, I didn't go 6 for 6. It's a nice feeling. And then
I don't know. I've never had it.
And then I'm just on my phone. I mean, of course, I shouldn't be depressed. It's dumb. But I'm on my phone, just chilling there. The games ended, and sleeper notey, Kenyon Drake, 69-yard touchdown. What the?
And I don't know where
heck?
he's up by 10. But listen, I'm grateful. I have won 4. That was my 4-0 league.
Mick says I beat my boss this week, and I walked into work and called him a little. I don't know if I can say it. Screw it,
No.
bitch.
Whoa, bro, this is YouTube, son.
My bad. My
Yo,
bad,
son.
YouTube. Hey, if we don't make money off this, who cares? It's like 10 cents anyway.
Hey, listen, money's important, Richard. Okay, that's what my mommy used to tell me and my daddy used to tell me. And look at me. I turned out real well.
Real well.
Real
hey, not as well as Mick, though.
No.
Beating his boss. That's
that
such
would,
a
that
good
would
feeling.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, that would.
Congrats, bro.
But again, Richard, congrats that you won me. This was a league where,
Thank you.
again, I was 4-0. You were 3-2 or something like that.
I think, yeah, you were 4-0. I was 3 and
No,
you were
like-
5-0. I was 3-2. Now I'm 4-2. You're 5-1.
Right.
So
You know,
catching
so I'm
up. We're
happy.
first and second place.
And it's the 21 league.
$25.
$25 league. So I was like, okay. But that Amari Cooper touchdown definitely got me the win against the most important league that I
Right,
needed
your
to win.
150
My
league.
150 league.
That's
so
all that matters.
Yeah, I was ecstatic. But overall, I did lose majority of my leagues. I won 4 out of 7. No, I won more majority of the leagues.
Right, that's good. You won over 50%.
Right.
Shout out to all the people who are 0-6 right now. Rip. Our hearts go out to you guys, all the 1-5, 0-6 teams. Don't give up. But it definitely, you probably aren't gonna win. I'm sorry to tell you. Listen, it happens in fantasy football. I think
You think 0-6 is it like 0-5? There's like a
I think
percent.
once you hit 0-6, yeah, 'cause your best bet is you're gonna be 7-6 going into the playoffs. I don't even know if that.
can.
So, but not only do you have to win 7 in
Right,
a row,
right. You have to make sure
you
other
have to. That has to
For
actually
sure.
get you in the playoffs. I
I
think
think
8
there's
and 5, 8-5. Like you're probably gonna get into the playoffs with that. And you still gotta win, and you get a loss. You could still finish 7-6 with a loss. I just think to go 7 in a row once you just started 0-6, it's a little hard.
How about if I'm in 2-4 in one league?
2-4, I think you still got a good chance. I think you got a good chance. But listen, fantasy
Wait,
football is
yes,
a wild.
It is a wild list, guys. So at first I'm like, you know what, Barkley and Eckler, ain't big deal if I got them mostly. And then you just drip Prescott in there. I'm like, okay, fine. Who needs Prescott? And then you add a little bit of Ertz, and you're like, okay, well, listen, Ertz didn't even do that well in most games. And then you just sprinkle the last little beauty of Sanders in there, and then it just makes like a beautiful like it's like a birthday cake of like depression, tears, agony, suicide, and yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Well, there is brighter days though. If you are a losing team, listen, that's just the way fantasy football goes sometimes. You can just get better.
What you know about that?
And there will be weeks where you just can't do anything, when you get matched up with crazy matchups. I know Boris had really hard matchups. I had very easy matchups. So, this was just how it was going to go this week. I was playing 0-5 teams because a lot of them are dynasty trying to tank or whatever. And, there'll be weeks where you have all easy matchups and I have hard matchups. So,
in Yahoo, you don't really have those.
yes, not in
That's
Yahoo,
the
but in
problem.
Sleeper, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm only in one Yahoo league. So
Right,
you
I'm
just
in
got to
3.
stay coy.
For sure.
You got to stay like water.
Ooh, be water, my friend.
Yep. Well, all right. Let's get into the
News.
I kind of felt cool not saying news there and going into it.
Well,
But
that's the point. If you pay a guy to say it for you, that's
Exactly.
the point.
yeah, why else are we paying him, right?
Right.
So the biggest news I would say is Tua Tagovailoa named the starter. Sucks for us in our dynasty league that we co-manage. Ryan Fitzpatrick is our QB2.
Right. To me, it does not make any sense. Zero.
It does,
sense.
but apparently it came out that was their game plan. They were gonna do it after
No matter
the bye
what,
week.
even if they had
Right.
6-0.
Right,
or
and
whatever,
that's I
5
think where they went wrong a little bit at this because they didn't take into account that what if he's actually 50% and the only teams he lost to were the Seahawks, Patriots, and Bills, which most of the league is losing to right now. But besides that fact, it sucks. Like it's the biggest, dagger in your heart because they were supposed to have their bye week 11, and you would have saw Tua come in week 12, but now. You get
Right.
5
And
less
also,
weeks
I know a lot of people that use their waivers like in Yahoo on
for
Fitz.
Fitz, right? 100%.
So because he was balling out.
He was, man. But I understand where the team's coming from. Listen, Fitz is only on a 1-year contract. If you're gonna keep Fitz around and you want Tua to, I mean, they're not gonna make the Super Bowl. Like realistically, like they have a small chance. And if you want Tua to get better,
I don't know. Their defense, if it's all about
Realistically,
probability.
probability-wise.
Probability is low.
Yeah,
But
so
can they? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But you gotta. So like, you'd want Fitz to still be on that team to when Tua does take the field for him to coach him. Pretty much you're kind of hiring Fitz to coach Tua at this point.
And that sucks.
And
And Fitz is balling.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be really good for Tua, man. Dude, I think Tua's gonna be a monster, especially with Fitz helping him in his first year. I don't know if you guys watch Bleacher Heights or something. Bleacher Report. They do Gridiron Heights. These funny little cartoons, and it was a clip, and Tua was like, "Why doesn't Burrow have a mentor?" So cute how they give Burrow and him the baby voice. Blue Crew has a quick question. PPR, pick 2, Claypool, Cup, or T. Higgins. I'm going. Who's Pittsburgh playing? I know Cup's playing Chicago, so
Tennessee.
you'd probably want to fade there. It's hard to fade Cup there. You got to play Higgins, I would say, out of those 3.
I think Higgins and Cup to me. I
Yeah,
think
then it
Claypool
comes
right
down.
now. Listen, if Deontay Johnson right now he's practicing, limited practicing. If he plays, I would be okay to just pivot there and just see how does Claypool play
Yes.
with Deontay Johnson on the
Yes.
field. That's just what I would do.
Yeah, just wait for Deontay. If Deontay Johnson isn't playing, I'm
Oh,
fine with
Claypool.
rolling Claypool.
Yeah,
there.
I would then what I would do is probably Claypool for sure, and Claypool and Cup probably for me.
I'm rolling Higgins over Cup. But all right, Alshon and Deshaun limited for practice. Deshaun expected to play. We'll get into Fulgham later on in the waiver wire show, but he's been balling out, man. It's gonna be interesting what happens when they come back, when Alshon and Deshaun come
I don't
back.
even have him in my top 36. Speaking of which, tomorrow we're gonna have our rankings up. Tomorrow in the afternoon we're gonna have all of our rankings up. So check it out. You can check it out on our website. That's exciting, right?
Super.
Like, what's more exciting than checking rankings on our website?
I don't think there's anything more exciting than
Right.
that.
No, except putting coconut oil on your hair.
And winning 6-0. All right. Quick little flex there. Sanders missing this game and probably.
Wait, what does this mean? Are you in
First place.
I'm in some leagues. I am first place. Sanders missing this game and probably at least one more with a knee injury, and then they have the bye. Correct?
I'm not sure.
I believe they have a bye coming up very soon, and that's why I think the bye is after this week. But yeah, we're gonna be going over Boston Scott later on in the episode, but it definitely is concerning with if you're a Sanders owner, you hate for him to go down, especially with this running back landscape. And it's just wild, man. Philly has such bad luck. Deshaun, Alshon, Wentz,
Yeah,
Ertz
man.
It's
So
a
he's
bye.
looking to probably come back in
in week 10,
Yeah.
right? Or week 9?
10.
10. Alshon,
I'll have
Deshaun,
for
Wentz,
3 games.
Ertz, Goddard, freaking Miles Sanders now. It's insane, man.
Yeah, you just don't even think about.
Don't go
Don't
go to
even
Philly.
think about the word Philly. Eagles, like, don't think of birds because you might just die.
Don't go there if you If any actual
Death.
any actual football players are watching us right now, don't go there. All right, Ingram mid-high ankle sprain, probably gonna play after the bye week.
Drop his ass anyways.
Dude, what are you doing, man? I think
Jesus.
easy drop. Sometimes I watch the fantasy footballers and they literally like Andy, not the other two. They're just like, what are you doing? But Andy's just like sneakily like, okay, but if you want to keep him and you need a roster spot, drop him Sunday morning and you'll get no shade at the fantasy footballers. So I respect them a lot. But it's just like
ain't like they're better than us.
it's just like, what are you doing, bro? Like what has he done for you? I don't think he needs to be
maybe
rostered.
one game of over 10 points.
Yeah, like you're pretty much hoping for name value at that point. Oh my God, get Mick's boss is here. Is this true, Mick? Did you tell your Julian says I'm Mick's boss and he's just mad because I beat him in our first matchup and both my teams in our leagues are better than his and he's a puss.
Oh my God! See, this is the kind of stuff that. This is definitely
Wait.
the vibe. That's the funnest when you just trash talk.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah,
Did
is
you?
this real?
But not only is this real, is this like synchronous? Like, a coincidence?
Is it coincidence or did you guys tell each other like, hey, we're gonna go on right
Right,
now?
like did it just happen to be that you guys were both listening to this podcast at the same time?
Right.
That's wild, man.
Hey, so it's 1-1 right now.
It's 1-1. Who's
Hey,
gonna get that chip?
Hey, who's gonna get it?
You'll see. You see.
By the way, has any of you guys won the chip before in this
right, right.
tournament before?
But that's cool. You guys got a like a in job fantasy.
It would,
league.
yeah, and
That's
especially it
awesome.
would suck if you lost again to your boss. That would suck.
Right. But Ingram's a drop. I think Gus Edwards. I'm I'm fine throwing it. I mean, if Ingram doesn't play, I'm fine. I mean, more than Dobbins. I think.
I mean, I wouldn't use anything crazy on.
No.
I wouldn't use like your number one
Well,
waiver on Gus Edwards.
I would on Dobbins if he's out there.
Right, Dobbins ain't gonna be out there, but
Right,
for
if he
sure,
is.
if he is potentially, just to have him on your bench, that's a nice bench stash.
Right.
And Fab, on Gus Edwards, something. In the lines
Yeah,
like
minor.
4 or 5.
I
4 or
think
5,
both
6
of them
bucks
become
maybe.
like flex play.
Yeah,
Flex play potential.
For sure.
I
But
think
it looks right now like if I would know 100% after this bye, Ingram's out for like multiple games. Yeah, I would go pretty high on it. But as of
Right.
right now, Ingram, there's a decent chance he plays still.
McCaffrey not playing this week, probably coming back week 9. Yeah, I mean, if you don't got Mike Davis, I'm sorry. Hopefully you're able to grab him off your waiver wire.
How about if you have Mike Jones?
Mike Jones?
Who?
You're probably solid. I like that. Shepard back at practice off of the IR, might play okay Thursday.
He might be okay for Thursday's
Okay.
game.
For Thursday. Wait, the Giants are playing?
Yes, sir.
Philly?
Yes.
It's Giants Philly?
Yes.
What a trash game.
Yeah, it would have been okay if I had Miles Sanders and Zach Ertz.
Hopefully
potentially.
Goddard's back and I can throw him in there.
Right.
Carolina had a
And Jeffrey. I want to see Jeffrey play. Okay.
Yeah, Jeffrey's a good stash.
Oh, super good.
We're gonna go into the waiver wire later. Hopefully you wrote him
I
down.
don't want to say super good, but I think with all we know how much Carson Wentz loves Jeffrey. We also knew how much you like Ertz, and it's all about how washed you are. Like if these are injuries at some point, like over.
It's all about how much time have you played on the Philadelphia Eagles organization. Because the longer you do, the more washed you'll become.
Right.
Carolina had positive COVID testing yesterday. No new news on what that means. I know they're doing virtual practices Monday.
Yo, hello,
Tuesday.
look! I caught the ball, Coach. Look, do you see it? Do you see it?
It's like I can imagine just like Mike Davis running routes in his living room. Like, all right, no, Mike Davis, take a left at the 5-yard line.
Take a left on your couch, dummy, and don't hit your door.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the waiver wire.
Waiver wire.
Damn, I messed up. Sure. So let's get into the cue music.
Why do we pay them? Come on, bro.
All right. So
So this is mixed.
I think
running backs, wide receivers, and T's just mixed.
okay,
with
that's
everything.
fine. I think that this is definitely a weaker waiver wire week than in previous
Which
weeks.
sucks
It does suck.
because
Yeah.
it would be nice if people chip, and you get number one waiver wire.
And I think this it's not as bad as I maybe thought it was. So I think some people will ahead of you. Like I think they will use it on Boston Scott. I think they will
Definitely
use
will.
it on, let's say,
How depleted the running backs are, even if you don't have Miles Sanders, bro.
right.
There's a decent chance you picking him up.
But so yeah, the biggest guy this is gonna be this week is gonna be Boston Scott. I mean,
If you didn't know this, he is on our thumbnail.
right,
That is him.
that is him.
Yeah.
You're saying a lot of people don't know his
Probably how
face.
his face looks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now the more you know, right? He's definitely gonna be a huge waiver wire pickup this week. And yeah, if I need running backs, if I don't have 3 solid ones, he's probably
If you
a
don't have
number
like
one waiver wire.
let's at least second running back
least
where you're
2.
confident. Where you're like,
Yes.
okay, this is the guy I'm probably gonna play over
like if
Scott
you have like
anyways.
Zeke and like Josh Jacobs, somehow.
Well, no, but I get that 100%. But my thing is even like, let's say I have, for example, for my league, I have Gibson, and I just got Kelly, right?
Yeah, then you definitely want to get him.
Wait, but in my mind, it's like this: am I going to play Scott over those guys,
You definitely should over Kelly.
but over Gibson?
No, but over Kelly, like
But
1,000%.
that's what I'm saying. So my thing is if
Oh,
if I
but
know,
those are the 2 options for your second slot. I
Right.
thought your number 1 running back was Gibson.
No. If I had those 2 guys, Jesus Christ.
Right. Well,
J-
so in
yes,
that
yes, I
sense,
hear what
yes.
you're
If
saying.
you have Gibson,
That's what I'm saying. So if I had like pivots where I rather maybe like by a slight percent play
Right.
that guy anyways over him, I probably wouldn't
Yeah,
use a waiver.
100%.
Like the highest waiver. on it.
yeah, I probably would take that back. Not if I had 3. If I had 2 solid waiver wire, 2 solid running backs, I wouldn't use my number 1 waiver wire.
Right.
Also because
But
the way I envision this working
Yeah.
out is because Boston Scott hasn't been picked up the whole year. He's been on the waiver wire. So
and when he got the opportunity, I'm just saying, when he got the
I
opportunity
know,
that one time, he didn't
but
do
I
that
think
well.
he got injured.
At the end.
At the
but
end.
he still wasn't doing it. I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
that's
he could
just
blow
one
up.
sample size. I know last year he did amazing when he got the opportunity.
Oh, I know. That's
But-
why I picked him up in every league.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that if you don't need him today or this week or the next week, I wouldn't use my number 1 waiver wire on him. I would let someone pick him up, play him these next 2 weeks. Miles Sanders comes back, gets 2 good starts in, 100% he's going to be dropped. That they're not going to.
And then you pick him up then?
Yeah, I'm just saying
When you don't even need him?
but to come into the playoffs. I'm just saying if you want him, but like
For
you
sure.
don't want to use a high
No, I
waiver
agree.
wire.
And let's talk about fab. Like, how much fab would you use on him?
Yeah, I mean, if I need a running back, if I had Miles Sanders, like probably like 60, 70 fab. Like if I need him to start this week, like
Right.
60,
Because
70.
then you're like, if you're good with the other running back, and all you needed is someone to get it. Like if you have Miles Sanders, someone to just play instead of him. So if he misses 10 more games, then you have someone. If not, then it's okay. Like you don't lose anything. Then yeah, I would definitely use, I don't know, maybe 40, 50, I guess maybe 60 fab.
Yeah, I mean, if I had Miles Sanders, 60, 70. If I didn't, probably, and I still need a running back, probably 40 and 50. And then if I didn't need a running back at all, I'd still throw in like
maybe 10.
maybe like a 10, 15 in there, just to see if I got him for that cheap and nobody in my league,
Yeah,
put
you
in a
never
bid.
know, man. Because sometimes like these quarterbacks that are like geezers, like a Brian Hoyer, some people spend like 70 fab on him, and in another league, someone doesn't even spend $1. So you literally don't know, man. You just gotta figure out your league and see how that works. So yeah,
100%. Sorry.
Percent.
And the next person we got is Corey Clement. You know, if you're in a deeper league, you can give him a shot there. But I probably wouldn't be spending any. I'd maybe put a $0 fab bid.
I put a couple dollars. Put a couple dollars.
I mean, do you really think that anything's gonna happen?
yeah. I mean, last time they did not like Boston Scott split more, but they did split. Like some men got some. And you just
In
don't.
week
Clement-
1.
Yes, when they
Let's see what he got.
I'm not saying he did well.
No, I don't know. He got 6 rushing attempts, 2 targets, 19 yards, 2 receiving yards. Caught both of them.
Right.
For
I mean,
sure.
It's not the worst.
He might get some. And then we got our second biggest backfield situation, San Francisco, with Mostert being out with that high ankle sprain. I think this is.
First of all, don't get too hasty.
I like it. We got Hasty, we got Coleman, we got Wilson, we got McKinnon. First of all, if McKinnon is on your waiver wire, I would say I'd pick him up over Boston Scott.
Honestly, this is the thing that's weird. Like it just, I think they do this so people can like lose their waivers and like lose their. Why at the end of that game, right when it was decently close, was Hasty the guy and not McKinnon?
Yeah, I know, and that's
it was
the
like
big talk.
That's
we're
what I'm saying. It's like the weirdest. Like McKinnon has been balling out. Clearly, he's their number 2 guy. Because especially Wilson's out, he's been the number 2 guy. And out of nowhere, it's like, wait a minute, we got that other guy. You know that other guy we got in the back? Oh yeah, Hasty. Bring that guy in.
Yeah,
Let
I
him
mean
get 9
that's like
carries.
the big question. What are you gonna do with Hasty and McKinnon and then also Wilson? I mean, right now he's injured, but
and
if he
Coleman.
comes back.
And
And
Coleman's
Coleman, but I
supposed
don't
to
think
become
Coleman's coming. Is he coming go back this
it's
week?
between this and next week. They're saying probably maybe next week
Yeah,
after that. But I don't
yeah.
know. Who knows?
But I mean, Wilson is potentially coming back this week, so I think it's McKinnon or nothing. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable playing Hasty this week, and then I think there's a pretty good chance he does. Do I think they're gonna give McKinnon the whole workload? No.
Right.
I don't. I think they will give some to Hasty or Wilson if he's there. I just think McKinnon's gonna get the.
So would you use any fab on Hasty? Would you use the number 1 waivers?
On Hasty, no, not my number 1 waiver. No, I wouldn't use high waivers on Hasty or Wilson, even if I had running back problems. And I wouldn't use high fabs on them. But Tevin Coleman, I would, because I think that there's like Tevin Coleman was their number 1 running back coming into the year. Yes, Mostert
2. I think it
1.
was 2. Over.
He was supposed to be their number 1 guy. Then Mostert balled out. I mean, the NFL pretty much completely forgot who Mostert. Not forgot. Pretty much got like blindsided by what Mostert is. Like nobody thought he was going to be anything.
I know, but I'm saying for this year. Last year, yes.
I'm
But
saying
not
even
for this
coming
year.
into
This year, I
this
think
year,
they were saying Mostert's.
it was
like a
close.
1A, 1B.
It was close. 1A, 1B
for sure.
But I think Tevin Coleman could get into like. Because the problem, what happened was that Mostert is a beast, but he's not the type of running back that you can give him 20 touches a game and he's not going to get injured. And that's clearly what happened. So I think that San Francisco knows that, and they might give a lot of touches to Tevin Coleman when he's back.
I can see, honestly, with both these injuries, his legs are just like washed.
Yeah.
I can see like him not playing for like them. Like you see the McCaffrey situation.
Right.
I think it's even worse than that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think if McKinnon's out there, you got to use a bunch of fab, a bunch of waiver wire pick. Tevin Coleman, I would use a good amount of fab. I probably wouldn't burn my number 1 or number 2, but like getting into like 3, 4, 5, I might.
Maybe use like a 20, 25 fab.
For Tevin Coleman, yeah, I think that's pretty solid in terms of fab. And then the other 2 running backs, I wouldn't. I mean, like once waiver wire's clear, yeah, I just pick him up to put him on my bench, but I probably wouldn't use anything. Then we got Humphreys. You know, could be solid. Could be solid. Are you using any fab? Are you using a waiver wire pickup?
Oh, fab, yeah, absolutely.
How much?
I probably use 10 to 15 fab, maybe even more, maybe 20, 15 to 20, man. I think he
it's
is
just hard
a
because
solid wide. I think he's their solid wide. There's solid too.
No, he definitely is. It's just hard because there's so many wide receivers out there.
Of course, I'm saying if you need a wide receiver.
If you need a wide receiver, for sure, I'd be using a lot. I mean,
just
he's been
think
producing
as much
like
as
crazy.
in our minds we're like, bro, this is a running team, bro. Tannehill isn't that like whatever your implications are, which were some of mine. I think they do throw the ball a good amount. They are a pretty good team. Tannehill is a monster, and anyone in that offense, I mean, could have a lot of great games.
Yeah,
So-
I just want AJ Brown.
Yeah.
No, but Humphreys is a great wide receiver plug and play. 1,000%
for sure. He's a
flex
good
plug and
flex
play.
play.
And so is this next guy, Cole. With DJ Shark and Gardner Minshew not having the best night together, Cole definitely stepped up and balled out.
Yeah.
Went for like over 140 yards.
The thing is, you don't know at this point. There's 3 of them, and
Yeah.
you don't know which one's gonna do what. As of right now, for the most part, I think Shark is the guy. But I mean, a lot of the times, remember, he gets the best coverage. It's hard.
I mean, I
don't
definitely
think
like Humphreys over Cole.
Humphreys over Cole. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because technically, Cole's there. He became the number 1, then became the number 2, then became the number 3.
But over him, I would definitely, if T. Higgins is still out there, 1,000%.
Yeah, T. Higgins is a baller.
and
bro.
even
he's
with-
so good. He's such a big dude.
Yeah.
When I look at that guy, they're like, oh yeah, he's supposed to replace AJ Green. He's that build. He looks like 10 times bigger than AJ Green.
And LaVisca. I know LaVisca had a down game, but if
I
he's
just
out there,
dropped him.
I'd pick. You just dropped
I
him?
did in that league because to me,
For who?
I know it sounds crazy,
For who?
but I'm depending on Brandon Cooks right now. Just listen. The thing is that I'm also looking at buys,
Yes, sir.
and I need more running backs more than wide receivers. That's the problem. That's the problem with my team. My team is just bamboozled with injuries that I need running backs. And the thing is, LaVisca and like Cooks and like Woods or like Cooper, like one of them have like a lot of the same buys, so I couldn't even use him for those specific situations.
I hear you.
And I'm pretty high on Cooks right now, man.
For sure.
I think getting 13 targets and 9 targets, like, it's pretty wet.
I think Cooks is definitely a solid pickup if he's on your waiver wire.
Yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey, just getting ready before he comes back. He could be a week ahead of that if you pick him up, if you got the roster spots. Antonio Brown, there's no new news about getting suspended for more than 8 games, and week 8 is coming up, man, after this week. So I think he's going to get signed.
Would you use the number 1 waiver on him?
No, because I think you don't have to. I think you could probably pick him up without using it. But
I'd use like a 10 fab on him.
I wouldn't even. I would just use like 1. I think you can pick him up on the low and low right now, because if he's on your waiver wire for 6 weeks, that means nobody's crazy about him.
Well, that is not true.
Yeah.
That isn't true. That just means like, hey, I'm gonna wait to what you're doing, where it's like you wait until like week 7, week 8
For sure.
to do that. So I don't know. I get what you're saying, because in your mind, oh my god, no one cares. No one is even thinking about it right now. I'm not gonna use anything, but other people, at least 1 or 2 people, might be on the same wavelength.
Potentially, if you're getting spooked that someone will, I wouldn't hate using 10 fab on him.
Right.
But I think he's a
Try
must
to use
add.
less.
Guys, you're literally getting a top 3 wide receiver off the waiver wire if he does play. Just think about that for a second. He could literally win you.
Yeah,
your
the
league.
risk is just the reward.
The
is just
reward
so
is
high.
is just so high that even if there's a 99.9% chance he doesn't play, you just have to.
Yeah,
take
like
the
even
shot.
if he goes to Atlanta, he said Julio Jones, chill, just step down.
No, that's probably the one guy you
I
can't
know,
do
I
that
know.
to. You picked the one guy.
Even add it, like no, probably the worst 2 plays situations.
I would say
maybe top,
3.
maybe
There's
3. Yeah,
Hopkins. Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
There's 4.
Yeah.
Those 4. I think if he goes to
Any other teams than
Brady,
4.
he's the number 1 over
Right.
Mike Evans. Even
100%.
if he goes
Mike
to
Evans over Godwin.
Godwin, number 1. I think if he's over Keenan Allen. Who else is there? He's over Tyreek Hill. I think he's over Tyreek Hill. Just the experience. I mean, I think Tyreek Hill's just a little too young to compete with Brown. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Oh my God!
And they don't even have to spend like anything. Exactly.
Nothing. Can you imagine if Kansas City goes out and signs Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, and they're rolling out Lev Bell, Clyde, Travis Kelce, Tyreek, and Antonio Brown?
Patrick Mahomes and the coach are both like.
Oh, they're licking their
just
chops.
mastering the.
I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't see
Dude,
why they
we
wouldn't.
can win the next 25,000 years.
It might get I think the league will literally veto it, because at that point, like how you can't beat them. You just can't. It's impossible. Gronk, yeah, dude. Well, you know what's going on there? Just having
Oh,
a
he looks so trash.
reviving,
Wait a minute. Is that Gronk? Wait, he
reviving
actually
career.
looks really good. Wait a minute.
But you know, Mike Evans did have Alexander on him the whole
Yeah, he
game,
had
so we
he had the
expected
worst.
that.
He had the hardest corner.
Right, we expected him to have a bad game, and I think Gronk was definitely a recipient of that coverage.
Yeah, shit. We he had the best plus minus out of any other T. So
Yeah, he was going against, I think, Blake Martinez. No, Blake Martinez was guarding another guy. But Blake Martinez used to be on Green Bay. I do remember.
I know. Where is he? He's not there anymore.
That's why I was saying. Was it Blake Martinez? Is he
But
on?
if Blake Martinez was on him, I'm sure Blake Martinez can guard Gronk.
I don't think Blake Martinez is Blake Martinez anymore.
Do you think Blake Martinez is Blake Martinez anymore?
I think that's still his name. Okay. Then we got Frisker. You know, Jono Smith being out. He balled out. He's been on our dynasty waiver wire for like the past
in
4
all
months.
of the leagues.
All
and it
of the
sucks.
leagues. Yeah, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if Jono Smith's not playing, you gotta play him based off what just happened. 9 targets, 8 receptions, got a TD, a lot of yards. You got Fells, you know, Atkins isn't playing.
Anytime Atkins, you know he's in playing.
Or if Fells ain't playing, Atkins,
right.
vice versa.
Love one of them.
Yeah.
Love it.
Aaron Rodgers.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Who?
Rodgers for the TE for Philly.
Got you. Right. I know what you're talking about. I'm spacing on his name. Yeah, if Goddard's not playing, I think you could definitely spot start him. I mean, what else? Who else do they have at
I
this
think
point?
he's a decent. I also would spend like a good amount, maybe honestly on him, maybe 10 to 20, just to see what happens. I mean, he could be.
No, because Goddard's coming back.
I mean, Goddard's
I
coming
would
back.
spend
He's on IR. Who knows what's gonna happen? He's fighting an injury himself. Like.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, I would.
And they clearly are okay with 2 tight ends. I don't know.
I just want to.
I'd be,
And then you got Perrine. What was the split between him and Gore?
the split. I think he got like 9 carries or something.
How'd he do?
12 carries, 9, 12. He did okay.
So
I mean,
you're
like
saying
6,
if
7
you need a
points.
running back
I'm just
spot,
saying
so-
like he's a person to just watch out. I wouldn't spend crazy amount of.
Right.
You can get him for dirt cheap for
Right.
free pretty much.
And yeah. And I would say the biggest wide receiver pickup, but Fulgham, if he's still on your waiver wire, I probably put him.
I don't know. This is to me
tied with Humphreys, who I'd rather have.
in that sense. Yes, is a little bit scary for me now. Just starting to trickle, getting wide receivers back. Could potentially scary. At least Deshaun Jackson's back. I don't know what's gonna happen. Alshon Jeffrey comes back. He could potentially start dudding. But as of right now,
I think if you need to start this week, I'd spend a lot of money on him.
Okay.
A lot of fab for this week. We got another question from Blue Crew. PPR, your thoughts on trading Kupp or Claypool for Gaskin? My running backs are Kamara, Montgomery, Gordon, and Lindsey. Other wide receivers are Thielen, Godwin, Hollywood Brown, T. Higgins.
No.
I think it's a hold on Kupp and
You need your wide
Claypool.
receivers more than
Honestly,
you
like
need your
I wouldn't
running
mind
backs.
trading Claypool for Gaskin.
Yeah. I mean, if you can,
I wouldn't trade Kupp, but that I would.
I think he was trying to say both. He was trying to
Kupp
say
or
either?
Claypool.
Other Kupp.
Yeah, I would trade Claypool for Gaskin to get more running back depth.
Potentially, but your running back depth is pretty
Not
good.
really. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is.
No, but I'm okay with that. No, like you said, I'm okay. Claypool, he's riding high. I mean,
Right.
to me, the only way he stays this consistent is without Deontay Johnson out or
Right.
without Juju's out somehow. He's gonna have good games still. He has insane upside with
But he's a rookie.
2-3 catches. Like
But
you
he's
can get
gonna
those with
touch you.
2-3 catches, but still a little hard with that many players out there.
100%. Well, that's the waiver wire pickups. Let's get into our streamers for this week. If you are streaming, let's maybe you didn't get Mahomes or Lamar. Hopefully you didn't get Lamar because that guy is washed right now, even though he had a good game.
Jay,
But-
shut your mouth, boy.
I'm kidding. All you Lamar lovers out
He
there.
did. He
I'm
balled out. Got 32
kidding. I know.
points.
I'm just messing around. He definitely bounced back. QBs, we got Wentz versus the Giants.
Love him. He's been doing better than anyone expected.
in that
and he
one
got
quarter.
No, yeah, but I'm saying the game before that.
How crazy was that game, bro? Just like 0.6 for 3
lost
quarters, and then
because
last
of
quarter.
him and Derrick Henry. But yes.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Burrow versus the Browns. I'm definitely loving
Love
that.
Browns are trash against
Yeah.
the pass. Trash.
Carr versus Tampa. Definitely love that.
Yeah,
And
I mean Green Bay did really bad against Tampa, but Carr has looked real
Carr's
good
looked
too,
good, yeah.
and you know what they did to the Chiefs. So
And Bridgewater versus the Saints.
this is exciting.
Yeah, but I know it's gonna be a crazy game, but hopefully someone dropped Matt Ryan last week and you were able to pick him up.
Yeah.
What dum-dums, huh?
What dum-dums, huh?
Defenses, we got Buffalo versus the Jets.
The number one. I have the number one ranked defense of this week, the Bills.
100,000 billion%. What? Get it? Billion%.
Ah.
Philly versus Giants. It's a good play.
And even Giants versus
I
Philly.
know. I was just literally going to
I
say.
love it because Giants have been, as crazy as it sounds, bro. They've been like a defense one, bro.
Crazy.
This year.
Well, yeah, that's all of our waiver wires and our streamers. We are going to be doing some weekly review, talking about the biggest studs, the biggest duds
From
of
last
the week. Yeah. So I would say the number one stud in the wide receiver position was Justin Jefferson. This boy finally broke out. I was telling you guys, pick him up.
Us.
I was telling you, burn your number one waiver wire on him. Spend that fab. Boris was, no, don't do it. Listen, I know I'm going to be wrong on so many things. Let me just bask into this for 1 second.
Maybe you can guess.
Maybe I can gask in this 1 second. But, yeah, clearly this guy is a high-end wide receiver 2 for the rest of the year, potentially even wide receiver 1 if he's the alpha on that team. Like, I'm sorry to say, but, like, in terms of, like, football, screw fantasy. In terms of football, he is the number one guy. I mean, on the outside, Thielen is going to be the slot. He's going to get that. But, like, who they're going to when they need that deep shot or when they need, like, he's pretty much, I think, going to get the number one defensive coverage going, like, for this year. I think he's the more athletically gifted player.
Thielen is 30 years old, so yeah.
Yeah, and he's just got 21. But pretty much, this guy hit so hard this week. If you got him, congrats. What a monster.
Should have put him in the, what are those things? DFS.
DFS lineups, yeah, if you put him into insane.
Yeah.
And then also if you have Thielen, I wouldn't be scared. I think if anything this helps Thielen. I think there'll be games where it's not 33 and Thielen gets like nothing. It's more like 16.
I think what I'm worried a little bit about is that team, man. Cousins just, I mean, he got 26 points or whatever, but
they didn't have Dalvin Cook, so I'm not concerned. What?
I mean, you're not concerned like how many games did they win this year?
But like they're just gonna have to throw.
They-
the
I know,
best thing is that their team.
No,
sucks.
for sure. I'm saying their team sucks. It's concerning that just their team.
Right, from a team perspective, yes, that it is very concerning. We got Julio Jones. The guy is back. He said, "What? I don't get touchdowns? Nah, I get 2 touchdowns this game."
Whoever was able to trade and get him for cheap or like
Yeah.
for, I don't know what.
I wanted to, but I had him in like 3 leagues, and I couldn't.
Jesus.
He's definitely a monster when he can stay healthy, when he can stay on the field. Matt Ryan without Julio Jones looks like freaking Drew Brees without Michael Thomas. Makes sense.
I'd say a little worse than that.
I would say worse. Will Fuller balled out. Yeah, man. Will
He's
Fuller's
wide receiver 1,
Yeah.
week to week until he's injured, and then he won't be. But until then, he's a baller.
Yeah, I mean Will Fuller every single game except that second game where he got that hamstring injured has been just balling out. Wide receiver 1. Christian Kirk, man, out of nowhere.
I hate you, Christian Kirk.
Pretty much.
Christian Kirk, you got 2 catches for 3 targets, right? For like 80-some yards on 1 play, and you cost me a league, brother.
Yeah, and
you cost me a league.
He pretty much made Hopkins non-existent. Would you pick him up off the waiver wire? Probably not.
No.
I mean, it's
No, 3 targets.
right. He's like a McColl type where you could just throw him in there and
Better than
any league.
McColl, but yes.
I wouldn't say that. He did better than McColl, but I would
I'm
say
saying overall, like you can. He's the number 2 guy on that team.
and so
And
yeah.
McCall Hardman's number 2.
I mean, not when Sammy's in, but look,
Right.
McColl Hardman was the number 2 and he got 0
But he hasn't been since last year. He's technically the number 3.
over
With
DeMarcus.
yeah, they've done that for the most part.
I don't agree.
Listen, he to me is still a dart throw. Like every game he's a dart throw because they don't
Yeah.
really need him.
I'm saying it's like that type of thing. Him, Larry, all dart throws. Hopefully you're not starting them week in, week out. AJ Brown, beast. It's 2 weeks in a row.
Got that
He's back.
literally with like 4 seconds. He got this second touchdown
Right.
playing that guy.
Brandon Cooks puts up another great performance. Deshaun
9
Watson's
targets.
looking good, man.
Ballin'.
Deshaun
Yeah,
Watson's
Deshaun
looking
Watson,
good.
man.
Yeah, I mean, he just had a tough schedule. We knew that
Yeah,
coming
we
in.
knew that.
I
could've
told
put
you to
him
pick. I
on.
told you
But I'm not gonna say nothing. It was Gaskin.
because you
I'm
could
very
have, but you
happy.
could have got both.
I wish you didn't remember that. I was like, I hope he doesn't remember that.
Keelan Cole balled out. We talked about him in the show. Fulgham, we talked about him, and Ridley,
Solid.
solid. Yeah, I mean,
19 points, easy.
Yeah.
Ballin'.
pretty much Ridley is a monster. He did it, man. He did it. As I was telling, he was going to do it. Boris said I got to see him do it. He did it. Wide receiver duds. Tyreek, let me just bask in this, okay? Next week, what's probably going to happen is all of those players are going to be in the duds list, and all of your players are going to be in the studs list. So I'm just trying to enjoy over here. Tyreek Hill just completely poo-pooed. Just stinker. Horrible, man.
Tyreek who?
Tyreek, oh, man. Demarcus Robinson had more. And who led the Kansas City? Who was it? Who led them in targets? I don't know.
DeMarcus.
Was it DeMarcus?
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I think so,
I
right?
think he got like 7, and I think
Yeah.
him and Kelsey.
It was just pretty much. It was just pretty much a Clyde day on that offense.
Wait a minute. We actually have a good running back. Wait a minute. We have a good system. We can run the ball.
We'll get into Clyde.
And what happened was when Schwartz left, their offensive line dude, who's a
Right,
who's a
they had the
monster,
best running game.
who I went to high school with.
Yeah,
who
guys, this
I
guy went to
high
high school with Schwartz, the Kansas City offensive lineman. Pretty small world here.
Right, but he left, and they were just, wait a minute. Oh my God, we can.
Right,
we can
who's his
run.
backup? Man, I feel bad for him, man. He might not have his job. You might be seeing him again. This is the place where people go once they get out of the NFL.
Right.
DJ Shark, just it seemed like he got 13 targets though.
14.
14. It just seemed like they couldn't get on the same pace. Just like Hopkins and Kyler couldn't get on the same pace. Allen Robinson, poo. Marquise Brown, horrible game. We kind of expected that though with the slate coverage. We'll get into Andrews later. He should have done well, did not. Godwin, horrible game. Parker got injured.
So we should. So all these duds and stuff, right? We should say like, who should we be worried about? In my mind, all of these players still, I wouldn't be. Worried
All of
about.
these players other
Maybe-
than Marquise
no.
Brown, but he did have Slade, but he just hasn't been able to do it.
Right. So
you
you
know.
would be worried about him, you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's week 6 and he still hasn't been giving you the output that you've wanted from him. Yeah, I'd be getting worried.
I think they had like their game script. They just didn't need to throw the ball. I would say these next 2 games, when he comes back,
Yeah, but it's still worrisome
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
it's a little
drafted a guy
worrisome.
and he gave you 6 weeks
Right.
of horrible
Landry,
production.
definitely worrisome. And Parker,
Landry, I wouldn't even have on my team.
right? And Parker, a little worrisome because of Tua, just a little.
Yeah,
bit. I mean, he's
for
gonna
sure.
have to throw the ball.
It's I mean that
Maybe-
whole offense is gonna be
right.
different.
It's gonna be interesting.
We gotta
Maybe
see.
Preston's gonna be his like guy though.
Right.
As opposed to Parker.
But Hopkins, no, of course. Godwin, no. I mean Godwin, yeah. I mean in terms of Mike Evans and Godwin, yeah, I'm a little worried, man. I don't think that Tom Brady is anywhere near Jameis Winston in not efficiency but production, like for fantasy production. I don't think their defense is as bad as it was last year. I don't think last year they didn't have a running game that they can rely on. This year Rojo's been playing well. I'm definitely worried because I don't think the amount of touches is there for that team. And we actually got a question from Rain. Speaking of Godwin, Hunt for Godwin and Ingram? No, I would keep Hunt in that instance. But see, like,
But wait,
to
but-
start the year,
But yeah,
or
number one. Hopefully you can maybe potentially get more for Hunt.
yeah, if
Number
you're
one,
looking
number
at that.
2. What do you need if your wide receivers are like nothing? And
I mean,
you
go
have, like,
get Tyreek,
5
go get
running
Hopkins.
backs.
I mean, you might be able to get
That's what
Tyreek
I'm saying. Try to get another better wide receiver if you really need
and
wide
a better
receiver or running back.
Ingram's like droppable at this point almost.
No, not droppable. Drop him.
Yeah, probably drop. But yeah, I'm definitely worried about the whole Tampa Bay offense. Allen Robinson, not worried. DJ Shark, not worried. Tyreek Hill, not worried. You same on those?
Yes, sir.
All right, running back studs. Derrick Henry. Oh my God, we were waiting, guys. We were waiting. I know you were playing him, so it's really sad. But like, come on,
But I had him
we
as
have
well.
him. So like, it feels good. It's how many weeks where it was just Derrick Henry runs into the line, gets 2 yards, runs in the line, gets 2 yards, runs in the line, gets 4 yards, 1 yard, 1 yard. It was just so depressing to
Where
watch.
he had like over 200 yards.
Bro, this guy
Like
finally
220.
did that run we were all waiting for that he did back in 2018 when he became the starter, when he freaking threw over 7 different people on the ground, pushed over everyone. They said, who is this guy? He finally did it, man. I mean, and that's what Derrick Henry is. He has that possibility to give you that play. Yeah, if you were waiting for it, it happened. Kenyon Drake, pretty much the end. I mean, he has still had a good game besides that last touchdown.
I would say as much as we want to trash him, this is the
Just
thing.
gets too much work.
The point is that the team clearly doesn't want to give it to Edmonds, no matter
Right,
what.
right.
So I think at this point he's a hold. He's a decent hold with all the running back injuries, and he's a decent like RB2.
You could be doing a lot worse because
Yeah.
your running back could be straight up injured. Kenyon Drake gets the goal line. He gets like I would say 15 plus touches a game.
The one thing that he's not getting a lot of is targets.
It's targets,
It's
of course.
targets and
So
catches.
He's like a David Montgomery. He's like not David Montgomery. What you thought David Montgomery would be this year. You know, he gets you 12 points.
And a little bit
Hopefully
of better
get a
of an
touchdown.
offense, you know. Maybe
Yeah.
not the better O line, but the better offense.
Right.
So.
I agree. So you kind of just gotta be happy and move along there. Swift though, wow. Of course, guys. I'm playing. Thankfully, I had Justin Jefferson, Clyde, Matt Ryan, and Julio on one team. Because if I did not, this guy literally had Melvin Gordon in his lineup. Melvin Gordon got the whole DUI thingamajiggy, and
He
then
got sick.
he got sick, you know, strep or whatever. And then guess who he puts him instead? Swift. And guess what Swift does? 30 points. Easy. Bam. This ain't no dynasty league. This is redraft. 30 points in a redraft league. This guy decided to put in Swift. Of course, I got to play him that week. Thankfully, we still got that dub because we drafted well. We picked up well on the waiver wire. But what do you think about Swift moving forward? I mean,
I know you were saying that he had the same amount of snaps.
He had the same amount of snaps, so you can't
the
really.
way I look at
Yeah.
but the way I look at it is like they gave him goal line. They're trusting him more. They're giving him more touches. I am excited about him, and before the season started, we're like, dude, this guy is a baller.
Well, yeah.
So it wasn't like we knew that he was the most talented out of anyone. He's probably better than Peterson at this point. I mean, he is.
I'd say probably is
Right.
understatement.
Right. He's just the guy. I mean,
If he's on the waiver wire, he's the number one pickup, like by
100%.
far. You know, him and Dobbins, like
Him
him
more
over
than
Dobbins.
Dobbins.
No, I'm just saying like that kind of a thing.
I would use my entire.
I would use
fab on
100
him.
fab, of course. You know, the possibility of what can happen there is just way too like it's like an Antonio Brown type situation.
He's
where
in a situation where you would have hoped Jonathan Taylor would be. Like Jonathan
Right.
Taylor is just not doing as
right,
as
he's
well
just
as
not
you
producing.
as you would hope.
Yeah.
He's having some.
Hey, well, at
big
least they
runs,
didn't
but
hire Le'Veon Bell on that team. But yeah, man, and
I'm excited for him, man.
this definitely makes Adrian Peterson not a startable option, I would say. Realistically, I think you still can do it and get away with it, but like this probably
With Detroit, you just don't know.
right. you
Detroit
just
is
don't
one of
know.
those.
But like before this week, I mean, Adrian Peterson was a solid running back too for you. Like, he was gonna get you running back too, but like a solid throw in, and he gives you some points. But really quick, Rain. To continue that question, he wrote more. Hunt for Godwin and Ingram. He says my wide receivers are D-Hop, Diggs, Juju, Edelman, Slayton, Ruggs, and Sammy Watkins. My running backs are Aaron Jones, Montgomery, and Hunt. I think you just got to keep Hunt there,
Yeah,
bro.
you got to. Montgomery isn't like the safest player.
Yeah.
You have like 1,000 wide receivers. They might not all be like sexy and great, but
yeah, you
I don't
have
know.
too many wide receivers.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do like right now. I'd rather have like Hunt, or I'd rather have Montgomery as my flex, than anything else. I mean, Montgomery's getting the touches right now. Like he got 19 touches last game, carries. You know, so I would keep your team, man.
Yeah. And back to the running back studs, Ronald Jones. He's been balling, man. I mean, Leonard Fournette again inactive.
Yeah, man.
It seems like it's his
Tampa
team, but we
Bay-
can't say anything.
Tampa Bay is just weird
Super
as
weird.
heck. Also, just like Detroit. So they could be like, wait a minute, he's doing good, but I don't care. We're just gonna throw these guys in
Right.
there. But right now, the way it's hard, like, what team would stop this? Like, what coach would stop this? Ronald Jones is looking so good, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Bruce Arians. I can see him stopping him.
Yeah.
CEH, though, this is so depressing to say. I mean, he just balled out. Like, I was kind of thinking he was going to do this because, I feel like before in the year, it was more of like, oh, cool, like, I'm a rookie. Like, I'm in this offense.
Right.
And this was like, bro, like, your job's at risk. Think
Right,
about
but
that.
I don't know. The thing is, to me, what this looked like, in more of like the coaching, like giving
More of
him
the
the
O-line.
option,
More of the
more the
O-line.
all-in, and then like trusting him
Well,
to like.
It was
because I
him
think he-
producing at the beginning.
Because he's been producing.
But not like that. I mean, this guy was clearly playing the.
He
was
was
his
getting
best
like
game.
over 7 yards per carry. bro.
Yeah. He's a monster. I'm so depressed that they went out and drafted Le'Veon Bell. But this is probably the best thing that could have happened if you are a CEH owner, that he played this well, because I'm still thinking that maybe, and this is very realistic, that they signed Le'Veon Bell to replace Darrell Henderson and Darwin Thompson. They
Darrell
just-
Henderson,
Sorry. What's his name?
Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams and Darwin Thompson. I think they realized that they cannot be the backups for their rookie. I mean, not only do they have a rookie, but their backups are trash. Like, I think it's a very realistic outcome where Le'Veon Bell is just his backup, and then does third downs like Darrell Williams has been doing. But CH is still the first and second down. I do think Le'Veon Bell will take away the goal line, but CH has been just put up 20 plus points without the goal line. So I don't think As long as he,
over 150 yards. Real quick.
as long as he's,
Ballin'.
as long as that O line is playing as they did last week. I think it was the first week that O line actually like stepped up.
Yeah, as long as I
stepped up.
continuously don't play Sech when he's having good games, we good. We chilling.
Yeah, that sucks that you did that. And then Connor, another good
What can
game.
you say about the guy?
Yeah, man, he definitely.
He's sexy.
I
I wish it
definitely-
was like him that I picked up, like all that
in
middle
that fourth
round
yeah.
between like David Johnson and whatever all those guys were. Connor looks definitely the guy. I mean, we were just saying he's easily the guy. He's like
Yeah,
a
we were
Carson.
saying that.
He's like the guy
If
easily
if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, and he does.
100%. But this is the time of the year where you want to be picking up handcuffs. Just quick side note, because this is the time of the year where those backs who have been getting 20+ touches and have had their bodies hit so much for 6 weeks straight start to get injured. It's just bound to happen. Like even if you stayed healthy for this year, this is where Chris Carson, James Conner, all those backs start to. It's concerning now for sure. Like they've just had so many weeks of getting hit. So I would definitely
You would
pick
say
up.
hit it and quit it.
I would definitely pick up. What's up with Benny Snell? Is he back? Is he healthy?
Benny Snell. Yeah, I think he's been healthy. It's just McFarland's there. Just so many.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who to trust if what's his name
If
gets
he's
down.
out for sure. And then we have running back duds, top of the list. We got Kareem Hunt, but he was playing Pittsburgh, so I can't really say. I didn't see that one
I'm
coming.
not worried. I would say let's say if worried or not. I am not worried about him. I think he'll bounce back.
I'm not worried about anyone doing bad against Pittsburgh. If it's just bound to happen. Zeke, I'm not worried. I mean, he got 2 fumbles.
He almost got a hat trick with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Elliott, man.
Safest guy there is.
bro. Let me give you some
Safest guy there is. They're never bringing Pollard instead of Elliott. They know who Elliott is. They just paid him $90 million. Yeah, I mean, I know we were arguing about it. I don't think they give two down. I mean, I know it sucks that he got 2 fumbles, but I don't think that they think anything less of him for getting those 2 fumbles. Now Dallas fans, they might, because those are some crazy ass fans. But Mike Davis completely dudded. That's why you pay C-Mac $16 million.
Right. Well, he played Chicago. Chicago looked good.
I know.
So.
I'm just messing around. Gurley, I wouldn't say he dudded.
He did.
How many? You get like 10 points? We shall see. He didn't get the touchdown, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 10 points. Yeah.
Got 10 points. He didn't get the touchdown.
Wow.
4 targets, 3 receptions for 20
Bro.
yards. What?
He did
20
so
carries?
bad.
Yeah, he did really bad carries wise.
We got insane 20 carries for 47
But that's
yards.
like what he does every week, man. It's just he just didn't get the touchdown. I wouldn't say 10 points is the
sure.
worst for
I'm not
Gurley.
I'm not worried about it.
Right, I'm not
clearly
worried.
they're giving him
No.
touches.
I'm worried about Gurley. No, like if
Because he can get injured?
that his knee and like I don't think he's looking good. But in the back of my mind, do I really think that's gonna last? Like, do I really think that he can
I
do it
think
for
the
16?
only thing I'm worried about is his injury. Other than that, I think he's
I'm talking about injury.
he's-
And I could see his skill level getting less, even if he doesn't get fully injured, but him just getting hurt a
I'm
little bit.
comfortable with him, man.
I'm comfortable, but I'd definitely be looking to move him if I found a better option right now. It's a little
sure.
bit safer of an option. I think he's a little risky. Damian Harris. That is
4 points.
I'm not gonna say I was saying it, but I'm saying I was saying it.
So you're not gonna say it though, right?
Alexander Madison dudded. This is what happens when you don't have Dalvin
So
Cook.
with Harris, I think he's still a hold for a little bit. See maybe how he does
Harris is a
again.
hold for sure.
I know it's scary, bro, and especially with
It's
that
just
team.
that backfield. Sonny Michelle is gonna come back.
I know.
It's just
I know. Listen, I know.
the only
but
guy I want is White.
he's a guy that I definitely rather hold than Ingram. Like he's
Yeah. I
So-
think there's an outcome where he still can win the job over, but it's kind of hard at this point.
I did not. The reason why I liked them the last game is because I thought they were gonna go ahead of
Right,
Denver, but
right.
no, they're playing behind, and then they actually lost to Denver.
Yeah.
So
It's just that O-line. They had a lot of O-line moving pieces. Super
so you
sad.
hold Madison. If you don't, I would definitely drop.
It's hard, man. I don't think he's a drop. I know people are saying he's a drop around the league. It's one game, and he's still the backup for Dalvin Cook, and it's still Dalvin Cook.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's like.
I don't
think
know.
He's still the number one
It just
handcuff.
depends, man. If I really need a lot of, if I don't need things and I'm just chilling.
Yes, if there was like maybe not T Higgins, that's too, of course T Higgins, but like maybe if there was like a full game and I really needed a
You
flex
need a wide
spot for this
receiver.
week,
Right, or
I could see it
flex.
happening. But I think Madison's a hold, man. I think his value just off one game didn't. It might have dropped in other people's perceptions of him, but if Dalvin Cook goes off for
But
the
in
season,
the real perception, which is mine, I know.
listen, they couldn't develop a run game because they were down the whole game. Yes, it's concerning they didn't get a lot of targets, but it was just Jeff. It was just Jeff. It was just the Jeff type of night.
For sure.
Chase Edmonds, seems like Kenny Drake's the guy there. He dudded. I still think you got to hold him because he's a valuable handcuff.
Yeah.
And
Drake gets injured a lot. It's something I'm debating right now. Do I drop him for other players? I might.
I think you will because you're very impulsive.
I am very impulsive.
Philip Lindsay.
Like the show. Impulsive.
Yep. How did Philip Lindsay do?
Philip Lindsay got 10 points, something like that.
Well, it's actually not that bad without the touchdown and
against the Patriots.
Yeah, against the Patriots. True. I mean, I think he's
definitely
he's a fine bench stash. And Singletary,
trash.
Yeah, trash, man.
Trash.
And he was definitely getting more work than Zach Moss. So I don't know what you want to do there. I don't know what you can do there. I don't think you can drop him. Yeah, I just go try to trade right away. Carson says, "Hey, do I give away Drake?" By the way, first up, what's up, Carson?
What up, Carson?
Carson Wentz or Chris Carson? Hey, do I give away Drake for Diggs? Problem is my backup is Swift. Yes, I would.
Wait,
I
what?
would.
Wait, what?
Even if you have running back problems, because you can go ahead and trade Diggs for a better running back. Do I give
I don't know
away?
about all that.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Stephon Diggs.
He's a monster, but what kind of running backs? Running backs are valued in more than wide receivers.
You could probably get.
Let's hear it.
I think you could probably pull off him for Chris Carson.
No way.
You could probably pull off him for Chris Carson. You could probably get.
It just depends
David
on what that
Johnson.
team needs.
You could probably even get CEH now for him.
I'm gonna say this: I don't know about all that.
I would insta trade if I got offered Drake. If I got offered Diggs for Drake,
This
I
is
would
the
insta
thing.
trade and then
If
worry about my running backs later.
That's not true, bro. If you don't have running
And
backs,
he has Swift.
Swift does what? His wide receiver.
But he can put in Swift and Diggs into a trade and get Chris Carson. Like I don't think you understand the value of
right,
Stephon
and then
Diggs.
he's only
like
has
a wide
one
receiver
running
one.
back.
No, his second running back would be would be Swift now.
Right. So you're trading. So what else? So you're getting Carson then there. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, bro, you can trade Swift and Diggs for Like I don't think you're undervaluing the trade potential for Diggs. He's a wide receiver one.
Love Diggs, bro.
Right.
Diggs is to me is like a top 5, top 6 player at this point.
I think you should look around your league and see if there's any team with 3 good running backs, and then see if you can pull one of them off of him.
But
for
maybe,
Diggs.
yeah, for sure. Maybe if he's gonna trade for Diggs, maybe he like really wants Diggs. Maybe he just doesn't want to trade him.
Yeah, and then trade someone else. Trade your other wide receivers for him. I think you just got him, man. I think just as much as you need running back depth, I think giving up the running back, I would say low end running back 2 this year for a wide receiver 1 is gonna help you in the long run. But continuing on that path, we got the quarterback studs. Deshaun Watson balled out. Got such a great wide receiver
Number
duo
1.
in Fuller and Cooks. Matt Ryan. We got Julio back, balled out. Ryan Tannehill's looking good, man. He's looking.
Someone just dropped Cam Akers.
In Yahoo?
Yeah, not in our league.
Oh, that sucks. How you gonna do that to me? That would be so funny because I traded him, Cam Akers. Ryan Tannehill's looking good, man. He's looking like a franchise quarterback. Carson Wentz in that fourth quarter balled out. Kyler Murray. Carson says there's one team with Zeke, Carson, and Taylor. Which one would you trade Diggs
there
for
you go.
then? Yeah, I would try to. I think you might be able to pull off Carson for Diggs or Taylor for Diggs, and if not, maybe package Swift and Diggs. Maybe package another.
I'd rather go Carson. Yeah,
in order, I would probably go Zeke, Carson, Taylor.
Yeah.
And then we got Lamar Jackson finally had a good game, man. Not finally, but at least he had a good game.
We hear you, boo boo.
Kirk Cousins with the 2 that's the best wide receiver duo in the league. I'm kidding. It's probably Matt Ryan with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley now. But Kirk Cousins balled out. Phillip Rivers actually looking like, of course, Carson. He says thanks.
Of course, Carson. Anytime.
Yeah, man.
So you get Carson. Your name's Carson. You get Carson.
That's funny.
That would be sick.
Hey, we hope
And
you win
can
your league, man.
Yeah, you can have like a nickname of your team, like.
Yeah,
the
and
Carson
also
family.
if he doesn't want to do that trade for Diggs, I mean, still shop around your league. I think you'll be able to get something for Diggs or another
Or
one
if
of your pieces.
Swift continues to play the way he plays,
Right.
you just hit
You
a
might
home
not even
run
need Swift. I
with
mean, you might not
getting
even need a
Diggs
second running
and
back.
yeah.
Then we got Phillip Rivers actually looking like a freaking good quarterback out of nowhere. Garoppolo playing well as well. I think that ankle's not
Had a good
bothering
game
him
against
anymore.
the Rams. Yes.
QB duds. Aaron Rodgers wow, what a game, man.
5 points.
Yeah, Tampa Bay was giving him some problems. That's the interaction
Dude, he
between
looked
him and Sue.
so angry.
So heated, dude.
He looked like Tom Brady.
Yeah, literally. Tom Brady screaming at his O-line. Definitely super sad. It was hard to watch. Baker Mayfield, I don't know why he played with the ribs, man. It was just, I don't know why he went out there, especially against Pittsburgh.
And he got benched at the end.
Yeah, like, what are you doing playing Baker against
I mean, I would never
Pittsburgh?
start this kid anyways, ever. But
I think people trash on him way too much, but he's definitely bad. But, like, I don't think he's that bad, but he's definitely bad, if you know what I mean. Ben Roethlisberger completely didn't have to do it.
Just didn't have to throw the ball.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Had a hard matchup, Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Just hard. Andy Dalton looking
trash.
like Dallas should have paid Dak $400 billion.
Looking like Dallas needs to get Fitzpatrick in that helmet.
Yeah, we were saying, can you imagine if Fitzpatrick came there now? It might even be better than Dak throwing them the ball. And then we got Stafford. Horrible game. Tom Brady. Horrible game. You just didn't have to do it. In terms of, are you getting scared? I think Rodgers, you still got to play week in and
Definitely
week
not
out.
scared.
Mayfield, hopefully you don't have him. Ben, I'm not scared. Bridgewater, I think he's still a fine streamer. Dalton, take him out of your league. Stafford.
Has the sexiest. I would say if he does bad this game, maybe.
Who is he playing? Carolina? Atlanta.
So
right. And then Brady, I'm not worried.
I'm not worried, but you have to just understand that he's not the player that he is.
He's not that game where he got 5 touchdowns. He's not going to be doing that.
I'd say he's like, QB2, like a solid QB2.
I think he's going to get you like 18 points a game.
Or you hope for 18 points a game.
Yeah. TE Studs, we got Frisker finishing as the number 1 tight end, guys. Can you believe this? Insane. Jonas Smith being out.
How good Tannehill is, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, Tannehill is a monster.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, freaking wild. Then we got Kittle. Kittle played baller. He's back after that dud last week. Burton, he's the guy, man. Mo Alley Cox, he's pretty much non-existent.
He didn't even play.
Didn't play.
And then Doyle got a couple of targets here and there.
I think Burton's is a fine play.
Great.
Yeah, great play. Kelsey, not too much to say there. Fells, if Atkins is out, as we said, and Gronk, man. I would want to see it happen where Alexander wasn't guarding Mike Evans. What would be the game script more? But he's done it multiple games now. So definitely a guy to stash.
How the tight ends are unfolding these days. If you can see someone get 10 points, bro, it's like hitting a jackpot.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And then tight end duds, we got Ebron.
And the most surprising one.
I think is a drop, huh?
Ebron's a drop.
I think Ebron's a drop probably at this point, right? Or would you say no?
Because they didn't have to throw? Yeah, I would say no.
I think I wouldn't be mad if you hold him another week, but he's definitely not on the better end of those.
I would say if
Ben
tight ends had a great game, he had like 20 plus points, 20 points, I would be drop easily.
And then Mark Andrews, man, he was supposed to go off this game.
Yeah, like what, 2 targets? 3 targets.
Don't know what happened there. Yeah, he was supposed to go off this game. Lamar Jackson, man, throwing wise, I think he's averaging 170 passing yards a game. I know Boris is saying that they just don't have to do it, but
they literally didn't.
I'm concerned because I don't see them having to do it. I know they play hard matchups, but
Andrews is definitely in my mind like not the top 2, top 3 tight ends at this point. I think he's like
still 4.
Right, 4.
He's 4th.
Maybe 4.
Number 4 or 5, depending where you want
to
put him or Jonah.
I kind of want Jonah instead of him. I kind of want Hunter Henry instead of him. He's probably after Hunter Henry, man, in my mind.
I still would take Mark Andrews over Hunter Henry. I still probably would take Mark Andrews over Jonah too, just on the hope that Lamar, starts throwing more. And then we got Ingram, probably a drop at this point.
Yeah.
Tonyan, I think you got to keep him. Green Bay just completely, fitzed out. And then Ertz. With this injury,
if you have an IR, put him in your IR.
I don't know. This is the toughest thing to say, but he's probably a drop. It's rough. But with Goddard coming back, with this guy being injured, with this guy playing so bad, it's so sad because he's such a high.
If you don't have an IR, and you don't have a deep,
if it's not deep, if you need
space, when you don't have that many space,
like you probably have to drop him and pick up Evan Ingram. I mean, not Evan Ingram, sure, or Ebron. Like you probably want to be grabbing a guy like that and hoping they hit as opposed to Ertz.
Hopefully you have an IR, man.
Hopefully. Well, all right, guys, that was
a long episode.
A longie.
We were supposed to have the studs and duds yesterday. Supposed to have the waivers today, but you know how we do.
Hey,
We should be called the procrastinators, like the
the procrastinator brothers.
yeah.
Hopefully this coconut oil works and fixes my dry skin.
Yeah, or hopefully you get a lot of girlfriends because of this. Right? Because you're so slick, you look like a model.
Not like a model, right?
Hey, you're a coconut model.
A coconut mile I am. This episode has been sponsored by Boris's Forehead and the coconut oil brand that I used that I forgot. Hopefully good. Okay. Enough bad jokes, guys. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Same goal. 40 subscribers by the end of this week. Hit that like button. Helps more people see this.
And if you have any questions about the waivers,
Join our
about
Discord.
start to sit, about any questions, check out our Discord. Check out our fam. We have so much fun there. It's ecstatic. We have a lot of clapping for each other all the time. It's sportsmanship. Yeah, our Discord is on the description below. Check it out.
Yeah, guys. Well, we hope you win your leagues. We hope you get the players you want on waiver wires. We'll see you tomorrow, where we're gonna do our rankings.
Yeah, we should have our rankings tomorrow, and we're gonna be talking about our rankings. That's gonna be exciting.
It's gonna be a good episode.
Who you got number one?
In what?
If Michael Thomas is back now, Julio Jones looking like he is. Who you got number one?
Julio. You got it. You got
Julio
it.
over Devontae Adams.
Who's Julio playing? Oh, rest of season?
No. This game.
This week.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
who are they
I'm
playing?
not saying ROS.
Who is Atlanta playing?
Atlanta is playing. Check it out.
Let me take out my trusty
handy dandy phone.
My trusty sidekick.
Hey.
They're playing Detroit. And who's Green Bay playing? They're playing Houston. Yeah, I mean it comes down to those two, and you probably just gotta ride the hot hand in Julio Jones.
You going Julio Jones, Adams, and then Thomas?
I mean Thomas. I don't even know if I'm gonna have in my top three. I think Thomas is just back off the injury. I guess he's a week removed because
a week removed, and he got a bye. People are gonna be sleeping on him
for sure. Yeah, I mean I still can't put him above those guys. I mean, yeah, I gotta roll with Julio again.
Well, in my rankings, I have him number 2. Check out who I got number 1.
Who, MT?
Yeah,
so you got MT number
2.
2. So number 1, you have Hopkins?
Yes.
Why? Who are they playing?
Hopkins, they're playing Seattle.
Does that have anything to do with you having them?
No. Because they're playing Seattle, bro. Seattle's been trash.
Yeah, I mean, if Hopkins is playing Seattle, I don't know. That's such juicy matchups for all
I
three
know.
of them.
Whoever, if you have them, clearly you have them. You have a good amount of them.
I have Julio in 3, Devontae in 2.
Yeah, some juicy matchups for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a coin flip between those three. I don't think Michael Thomas, with his first game back, can be put into that conversation yet.
And then he'll surprise you and get like 70,000 catches.
Right. Well, all right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. I got to do my rankings tonight. It's going to be another week of this. Guys, just make it to the end. Win those chips. You got this, Boris. Even with all those injuries, you can do it.
Aww.
All right,
thank
guys.
You, Richard.
You're welcome.
Bye.
I think that was so fake.
Aww. Thank you, Richard.
Bye. Peace.
Thank you for joining the Fantasy Football Brothers for another episode. Visit our website at thefantasyfootballbrothers.com. Check us out on social media at the Fantasy Football Brothers. See you next time.